Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, probably. It was really funny. I was reading something yesterday. Yeah. Well, we're going to post that. You got something in mind? I don't know. But I can. It's young. Summer is young. Right at school, I think there's 50 strips outside. But the person who's not asking. I called her. She was. He was good. Oh, really? What do you normally do? What time is it? Do that? You have a 4:15. You have a board member on the village? Yeah. I do. Yeah. That'd be funny. Yeah. You should do that. That'd be funny. Your page. We're so proud of you. Yeah. Oh, wait. So many things. Wait. This is the next one. We usually go up here. Do you want to just get up and stand here? Or do you want to get out?
That means I can only have 8 people singing at once, including the main character. That means the volunteer.
If you go from here to there,
I'll sing 1 or 2 selections.
Yeah. That's good. Well, you can stay right here.
You can come to the bottom. I don't know that yet.
Okay.
And also we do set
Save it down.
I hope that a lot of them might want to sing.
I feel empty. Yeah, you may find that more than once. Just because.
It's the mask issue. Singing the mask song is very difficult. Singers to pass out. Not at the high holidays, I have 7 professional singers. And they know how to sing. And they barely get through service. They would faint, they couldn't breathe. So it's been a real problem. So we don't know how we're going to go. Singing is different than speaking.
Singing is different than
yeah, it's a whole different thing.
I know.
So
I don't actually.
yeah, it's a real problem. I've never had such a problem before.
Well, none of us have. I gotta see. I'm just pouring
It
my
was the
Shabbat.
most bizarre thing I've ever
You have 2 or 3 people in the house.
Well, we had, one service we had 2 people.
Yeah.
And that's because his son was leaving. That was it. I think Barry showed up.
In every scary thing.
We've been doing it, YouTube and the other ones. We alternate between YouTube and YouTube. I don't know why, but we alternate. In the sanctuary, when we started bringing back, we had between 2 and 6 people.
Well, that's what we had, but now it's starting.
Right.
I thought she was putting a nail in the wall and a picture of it. Then I said, somebody's
Last
outside
night,
in the house with that.
Right. Maybe I better check that out.
Yeah, finally.
I think you checked it out.
Without my hearing aid, I
It was special.
We're averaging 20 boxes at home. I don't think that was 2 people or what.
Well, that's the thing, you don't know how many people.
It's about 20 boxes or so.
Right, and never be too far.
Sanctuary, now it's 7.
the big thing, I
You
couldn't
should
get
have been on the
around.
other side of the counter when the matters,
I couldn't
What if
lift
you
her
were
up.
upstairs? What if he was upstairs sleeping?
Frankly, we're the only finally was to do
Not
it.
just the call outside, but a whistle, something noisy that you
People are
could.
expecting
megaphone.
that they want,
We're
we're here.
Megaphone in your pocket.
Even if there's 10 people,
What
there's
is
4
this?
people.
Well, that's a positive attitude.
It took you a long time to get there.
No.
And then the serious one,
I couldn't get up.
I had to get a couch, cushion. Got it on that, and I gave her a little bit, right? I
Yes.
had a good neck.
and then I
We
did
tried it, yeah. All my might.
Yeah, most of the 18 months, they didn't want to come into the temple.
Well, ours did either.
I can relate.
Now they are, now the kids are coming, everybody's down.
It's a long time for me to get down on the ground and see how much wake up.
Oh, we don't want to wear masks. We don't wear masks. People are not really testing. You know they're testing, but testing is human error.
I guess I have to,
They generate them. I mean, I told Ford, I'm not going on the beam line after this.
it would make you feel more stable. Yes.
Yeah, but what if I'm not going on the beam until every single person? It's like the front row seat, but you know what, now it's, everybody expects it. And when we all take off our masks, it's gonna be a joyous day. It will be. Yeah, they remove all of the masks, we'll toss them in the air, I like
All
that.
of a sudden you find yourself down.
They-
It's not
they-
like
right,
you
right,
saw
right,
it
and
coming
West
or that you tripped or that like
I have to
it's
create,
just
I have to create an entire sailing. Well, you know, we can unveil it. Right, it's an unveiling.
I don't know. I don't know this. Oh. It's Barhu Adonai Hambarallah La Ambayed.
Mary's gonna be up there with you.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't have to bring up a prayer book. This is here.
It's always here, yeah. So I always know this. This one confuses me. So Barhu et Adonai
Hamburah. Then everyone says,
and everyone says
and
that.
then you say it again.
But this I have a hard time saying.
Baruch Adonai Hamburah Leolam Va'ed.
Leolam Bayed.
Then you have Baruch
Baruch
Atah
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hayamim
V'natan lanu et Torato.
Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. This is even this is wrong. Like Karen was saying, this should be what? How do you say this?
V'natan.
Vanatan. What did we say yesterday?
No, it wasn't. It was a different word. I think it was over here.
Yeah, me too.
I don't have my glasses on.
Me neither.
It was v'chaye. That one.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's this
yeah.
word. It should be v'chaye, not v'chaye. It's
Vahaye.
v'chaye.
Yeah, like a yay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vahaye.
Yay.
All right, I'll just do.
Wait, so I don't have to bring a prayer book up here? This is here?
This is always here.
Oh yeah, that's for everybody. Even
Yeah, they just leave it right there.
So what do? We put it up here?
You're gonna, is Brenda gonna say it?
Yeah, I'm gonna drown her out, but yeah.
That's why I said to Brenda, just drown me out. So here, Baruch atah, oh.
No, it's
Baruch
Baruch.
et Adonai hamevar. Oh, why did I do that? Baruch et Adonai
Hamavara.
hamevar. Oh, God.
Yeah.
And he did all the fundraising? You want to do it?
Did you show one part of it? I showed the picture of
I'm like the, always the, I would.
What I would do is I would do like one of these, and then if I saw the person I would record it.
Oh, you should have been showing me that.
Yeah, Andy's there.
Was he? Oh.
You're like a this is the yeah, I know, I'm wearing a mask.
This is the day you can leave the church. No, he's your guest.
I haven't counted. One.
He was here for 26 years. Bill told me he was here for 28.
Eight.
And I'm,
Very well, wait, Dad.
and it's going to be interesting because whoever's next. Here, Rick London. Rabbi's next. And I'm sure it would, hey, like, it could work.
Like something happens and then I'm like, wait, I'm already on another thought, and you're like, wait, I'm in the middle of a story. Right. But I'm like, now I can't come back.
I'd like to think that this would be really high building was good. Isn't that great?
Right, what's her name again? That's funny, and Esmeralda.
I know, isn't that great? And to think that that's where we put the dumpster.
I'm gonna draw it. But just so you know, this is here.
So
For
is
who-
Todd gonna be here?
Yeah.
And are we gonna go on either side?
I think I was here, but this is here, and I'm gonna read the English. Baruch hu Adonai habarach, Baruch Adonai habarach le'olam va'ed, Baruch Adonai Eloheinu le'olam asher, Baruch Rabbanu mikol ha'amim v'natamot v'tel Baruch Adonai ha. So it's here, and then I don't know why it's like this. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher. This is Natan Lanu. This one is the only difference here. This is Baruch Rabbanu. This is Natan Lanu. Natan Lanu Torah Emet V'Hai Olam Nata B'Tochenu Baruch Atah Adonai Notenu Torah. And I'm gonna sing loud.
Yeah. I'll do many of it. I don't know the middle parts.
Okay.
But that's helpful. Thank you for showing her. Whatever it takes, Wendy. Whatever it takes.
Just trying to see how to raise my prayer book so I can see my music.
You can use my thing.
Okay, do you need anything?
We need water.
Water, I got.
You can use my stand.
You stand, yeah. That'll be too far from me. I think I'm just going to put a prayer book on top of yours and tilt it. That'll
How
be
many
easier.
bottles of water do we need?
One for me, one for Andy.
Andy,
The other
there's
Andy.
water.
Oh, thanks.
Marnie, there's water.
And this Andy too.
Oh, that Andy
You
too.
want this Andy instead?
Do you want water?
No, I don't think I'm in
Oh,
the
then
mood.
we need for this Andy.
So Rich say they follow each other. Okay.
Hold on, I need this. I need to raise up my music as high as possible. Even though it's not very high. All right, I gotta warm up.
So that's how it'll be when you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can just warm up.
Well, I can get 2 extra tickets. It's gonna take some minutes.
I'm on melody, right? Are we doing both songs together or just for say? Or which song am I involved with you in?
Neither.
Neither. You do both songs.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't want to use my little recipe holder thing?
No, I can't see that far away.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can move it a little closer to yourself. if you want.
I think I better just go with that. I'll just put a couple of prayer books on top of your prayer book.
Yeah, whatever you need to do.
Yeah, and I'll just stay up here in between because they
Yeah,
follow
please.
each other.
Yeah.
All right. Looking forward to hearing you.
Yeah, same here.
All right. You need anything? You're good? Okay.
We've already agreed that he's going to push me out of the way.
Perfect. And when we get to the Ladorva drawer, the Kaddish, Todd's doing the whole thing, so you don't have to play.
I kind of figured that. He's like on autopilot. And he's got great.
Yes.
Sadly, you know this more.
Yeah. Yeah, so I won't be jumping in, so.
Okay. If I play in the wrong place, just.
Yeah. Here's water for you.
When the New Year's resolution, keep ready.
Yes.
Who's being sarcastic?
I love it.
I was so worried I was going to be like, try to get close because my husband was running for church and then I would get him down. We
Yeah.
didn't leave till like almost 3:55. But we still need her before.
Yeah. We had a house guest today, but my niece. But it was all fine. I was supposed to watch the dog. Till I left. Only until I left. I did. And I left.
Yeah, my in-laws they're just fun.
I love Converse, yeah.
I was afraid of them.
I'm smiling under this thing because we know how
You know, and then we went to go pick up the dog and like my heart broke.
Yeah.
Because my friend Diana, who lives a couple houses down, has this big, huge black lab, and it's so huge. And like I'm afraid of it, so every time I go to her house, she has the dog and she locked it away. And I'm so afraid of it. She had a play date 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not afraid of it. She's like, I see it.
You're all friends, yeah.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like I was so afraid of it for all these years,
Yeah.
and now I'm not afraid of it.
It's a thing. We had one of my son's friends, and he was little, you know, so completely understood why he would be. But he used to actually, if the dog came in the house, even on the leash, he, kid, used to climb up on the back of our sofa because he was like, you know, and over time, you know, next thing, you know. Soon after that, they got a dog and opened up a world of dogs to him.
As soon as we went to the that was it.
Yeah. I gotta wash my hands because I got something on my hands.
No, I have to use the ladies anyway.
Right, I know I know you.
You okay? Why? So I'm gonna give you some English, and I'm gonna give you, you got the Hebrew. You're gonna do all the Hebrew, right? Are you doing this for the show?
It's gonna be fun. You're gonna have. So what I tell kids, So did I tell you I did a service or something? Oh, it was Julie Rose. It's gonna go really quickly. So she, in the middle of service, she said, come here. She said, just look at me. I'm gonna wait for 45 minutes. She said, something turned on. Wow, real. The videographer wants one microphone. Okay. Which is fine. Wait, come here for a second. You're gonna have to turn it off. Because when I'm blessing, I don't want anybody else to hear. Okay? Yeah. And then we'll learn how to turn it back on.
Taking it all.
You're faking it. On your wife.
I'm afraid she knows.
She knows. Well, one day we'll. The problem with being around is hard to get out. In the congregation. It is. And the worst part is I'm having a situation. And I
People will talk.
I left them. Right? Yeah, it was interesting because when they hired her, that was one of the issues. Somebody said, if it doesn't, how are you going to differentiate the responsibilities? I said, anything that happens on top of our stairs is harder than anything that happens on the bottom of the stairs. And that's never the two shall meet.
As long as the Beth is the
they're putting that microphone on Todd, and I said, I'm sure there's well, their hook is a little on off switch. Otherwise, you may have to frisk them. Yeah, on the beamer. Yeah, on the beamer, right? So there was that scene in The Godfather when Michael Corleone goes into the bathroom before he kills McCluskey and the other guy, Cilantro. And Michael walks into the and there's a long shot of McCluskey talking to Cilantro. And McCluskey says something to Cilantro, but it's first of all it's ad lib, and it's kind of muffled. Must have gone reverse the video 5 or 6 times before I heard him say, I first 1,000. Because he's all, so remember that scene? Yeah, I first 1,000 one time. It could be a classic line if it's heard by more than just you. Right. And you know that line where Solazzo says to Tom Hagen, he says, I don't like fire. Violence is a big expense. Remember says that? Now that you said that. Violence is totally made up. Totally out of his mind. One of the most famous of I don't like violence, Tom. Violence is a big expense. Yeah. And pretty cold. And who? Pretty cold. And pretty cold? Yeah. What do you mean? Lots of reasons to hate violence. Right. What is a big expense? I never thought of that. Yeah. I never thought of that. Yeah, economics. What is a big expense? I never thought of that. Wow. And the guy who played Cilantro. Yeah, I'm just impressed. Oh yeah, well, the guy who played Cilantro, his brother was honest to God mafioso. So he knew all of the mannerisms and all that. Yeah. Isn't that something? Yeah. A lot of them are gone. Yeah, Abe Vigoda, right? Oh, I didn't know that. You know, I knew that. How did I know that? Who was his father? Mr. Vigoda. I am Vigoda, Cantor Vigoda. Right. You know, he's buried up in same cemetery that Harry Houdini's buried. Is Houdini still there? That's a joke. I get it. Yes, but he's hanging upside down. He's still waiting to release himself. I've been to Harry Houdini's grave. Yeah. It's a mecca. Yeah, it is. If people know how to look for it. But it's a big marble thing, and it's got a cluster of Eric Swartz, Harry Houdini. And it also has an angel, I think it's his mother, weeping. Kind of maybe to imagine his mother weeping. Because he died, he left his mother alive. Right? He died pretty young. Yeah. But the story is that he was doing a trip, but just before the trip, somebody punched him in the stomach. To see how strong he was, he said, sure, go ahead. Before he had the chance to take him against the torso, he got punched him. And then he went to do the upside down in the water trip, and it's a finger trip. Yeah, really, it's not a very perfect trip. I don't know how it is. Yeah. Very good eating. But anyways, that's great. Eat the donuts. And this is a great. Of course, on the bottom of it, it says, tell Michael that was only this one. No, I know that. No, but it's going to be before. Okay, all right. Yeah, and the reason is what I say is private. It's not Rick, anyone else is here. It's a thing that I did for you. Have a wife. Roger, Aaliyah breakdown. It sounds like a disco dance move. Aaliyah breakdown.
They might walk.
Ah, 3, 4, 5. Shabbat Shalom and Bruchim Habaim. Welcome. It's wonderful to see you and to share our Mincha service, Mincha and Havdallah, on this evening of Todd's Bar Mitzvah. I welcome you to Temple Beth Miriam. Thank you so much for wearing your masks. I appreciate it. And our service is going to begin with Ashrei on page 338. If you don't have a Siddur, a prayer book, we have ushers in the by the door, and they'll be happy to give you a Siddur. So if you need one, just put up your hand, and somebody will get you one. Page 338.
Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yahallelucha selah. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yahallelucha selah. Ashrei, Ashrei, Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yahallelucha selah. Happy are those who dwell in your house, they will sing your praises forever. Happy are those who dwell in your house, they will sing your praises forever. Ashrei, Ashrei, Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yahallelucha selah.
Let's continue as I invite Todd to the bima with Barry and Joanne to present the Talmud.
Todd, my grandfather gave a talis to your grandfather on this bima. Your grandfather gave a talis to me on this bima. And now we present a talis for you on this bima.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hichates bat kisi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shechianu v'kiyimanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Praised are you, O Lord, our ruler of the universe, alive, has sustained us and brought us all to this place. We continue on page 342.
Yitkada v'yikada shemei rabba.
Amen.
Ve'amad yivarachurte v'imich balchute v'chayechon
Chonu v'yomechon
uvichayde kol beit Yisrael.
Bagala, bagala.
Uvizman keriv ve'imeru.
Amen.
Yehi shemei rabba mevorach le'alam u'amei amaya.
Yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishpa'af v'yapar v'yirama v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalel v'yihalal shemei dikudi shabrichu
Berichu.
le'elor michbata v'shirata
Tushbechata
tushbechata
v'nechemat.
v'nechemata damiran be'ama v'imeru.
Amen. We continue with the Amidah as we rise on page 344.
Adonai sifatai tifta ufiya gitechilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzhak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'konei hakol, v'zocher hasadot ve'imecho, u'mivigalel livnechem, v'nechem limon shebava, melech orzer mashe u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham, v'ezrat Sarah, atah gibor le'olam, Adonai mechayeh atah le'hosheya. Mechelchel chaim bechesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech nofrim verofei cholim, umatzmiah yeshurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umitamela. Melet me'mi u'mechayim emushmiya Yeshua v'neman atah lahayo hakol Baruch atah Adonai
Mechayeh hakol.
V'kadesh et shimcha ba'olam Keshem shemafdishim oto b'shmei marom kakatuv haya neviyecha V'kara ze'el zehev v'hamar
Kadosh, kadosh, kadosh.
Adonai
Tzvaot,
Melocho Adir Adirenu Adonai Adonedu Ma'adir Shimcha B'chol ha'aretz Baruch Kevod Adonai Mimkomo Echav Eloheinu Hu Avinu Hu Malkeinu Hu Moshienu V'hu Yashmienu Berachamav Lenei Kol Chai
Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Yimloch Adonai le'olam Elochai Yitzion
Ledor vador.
Hallelujah. Lador vador nagigo lecha u'al netzach netzim kedusha nakdish v'shiv hacha Eloheinu mipuno lo yomush le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
You may be seated. We continue on page 354.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael u'tefilato mi'ava tikabel u'tehi liratzon Tamid avodat Yisrael Yisrael Amecha El Karov Lechol Kira Penei El Avadecha Tichanenu Shefog Ruchacho Aleinu V'techezena Einenu B'shuvecha L'Tzion Berachamim Baruch Atah Adonai HaMachazir Shechinato L'Tzion
I'm trying to figure out how cool it is to have a grandfather as a cantor. Modim anachnu lach. There's so much for us to be grateful for, especially on this mid-autumn Shabbat. The Shabbat is ending. Havdallah is coming up. And what are the hoda'ah, the prayer for thanks, is something that I like to invite people to share. If somebody's really grateful for something, you are welcome to share it with the congregation. Nobody's grateful for anything. Yes. Ain't it great? It's great, right? Yeah. Anybody else? Yes. Is that Joan in the back? Yeah. My family. Yep. Indeed. Anybody else? Yes. Hey, Richard. We're grateful for the Edison family. Well, the oneg was pretty good yesterday, so indeed, and for the leadership and support that they have given this temple for so long. There's a couple. Yes. Amen. Anybody else? Wendy. And what? Yes, indeed. Good. Good. Anybody else? No? Modim anachnu lach baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha ulachana el hodot. Praised are you, O God, to whom and our praise is due, and to whom it is fitting that we give thanks.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tosim Le'olam. Ki atah melech adom lechol shalom. לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום.
We take a moment for some personal and some silent meditation.
Say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom. Say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
We continue on page 362 at the service for the reading of the Torah. And to open the ark, I'd like to invite Zach and Zoe to come on up to the bima. And to undress the Torah, I'm going to invite Hayden. Where's Hayden? Oh, you coming up? Come on. And to hold our Torah, I'm going to invite Cole up to, I saw Cole earlier, there he is. Come on up. And then we have a wonderful tradition as we hand the Torah from generation to generation, but we're going to hand the Torah from generation to generation on the floor. So I'd like to invite Francis and Dennis, who will hand the Torah to Andy and Annette, who will hand the Torah to Barry and Joanne, who will hand the Torah, of course, to Todd. So if you could kind of take your place that way. Ark openers, open the ark. Please rise. Here, I got this. Yeah, I never showed you what to do. Malachotecha, malachot kol olamim,
וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני,
Hai melech, Adonai. Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Avarachamim, eitiva tzorcha et Zion. Levad batav, melech Elberon v'nisa Adon olamim.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adoninu, Kadosh Shema, Gadlu Adonai iti, uneromema Shema. Lech Adonai hagedena v'hagevera v'hatiferet v'hanitzak v'hahod ki chol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz ki chol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz Lech Adonai hamamlache Devarim, Shlosha Devarim, Olam Amid, Shlosha Devarim, Olam Amid, Shlosha Devarim, Shlosha Devarim, Olam Amid, Shlosha Devarim. שלושה דברים עולם עמיד, או שלושה דברים, או שלושה דברים, או שלושה דברים עולם עמיד, או שלושה דברים, או שלושה דברים עולם עמיד, או שלושה דברים.
Please be seated. All right. The Torah portion for next week is Vayeshev. Because this is a Mincha service, we read Maftir for next week, not this week's Torah portion. And if you have a burgundy Torah in front of you, that's the Torah that's burgundy color, it's on page 244. If you have a blue Torah, which is different than your prayer book, it's page 246. Todd will be reading from the beginning of the parasha, probably, 22, 23 verses? 30. 30, I can't see with my no glasses. Is there an eye doctor in the house? Sorry. Do Likrat HaTorah, Shmaria ben Avraham v'Chana, Miriam ben Avraham v'Sarah. We call for the first Aliyah, Scott Edison and Brenda Edison. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Can you hold this open there? And one of you come on the other side here. We'll hold this open. Jerry, you got it?
Amen. Vayeshev Yaakov be'eretz migurei aviv be'eretz Canaan. Ele todot Yaakov Yosef ben Shiva Esrei Shana Chaya re'et echav batzon vehu nahar et b'nei v'ilha v'b'nei zilpa neshei aviv vayave Yosef et dibartam ra'a el avihem ve'Yisrael ahav et Yosef mikol benav Kiven zikunim hu lo ve'asa lo ketonem pasim vayiru echav kioto ahav avihem mikol echav ve'yisneu oto ve'lo yachelu dabro leshalom vayachalom Yosef chalom vayagid lechav vayosifu od seno otoho Vayomer Alehem Shimuna HaChalom Hazeh Asher Chalamti.
Where did you start that? Where are you? Vahine? Blessing after the reading of the Torah? You can go on the other side.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tohenu.
Baruch atah Adonai
noten haTorah.
Amen. Just stay up here if you would, please. יעמדו לקראת התורה חנה בת דוד וטובה, ואברהם ben Binyamin v'Chava. We call for the second aliyah, Annette Edison and Cantor Andy Edison. The first one. On the other side if you need it.
I do.
Okay, me too.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you. You can go back to your seat. You can go on the other side there. Actually, Annette, here, why don't you stay here? You hold this open here, Azoy. Andy, you can hold that open there. Mm-hmm.
V'hinei anachnu alumim betoch hasada v'hinei kama alumati v'ganitzava v'hinei tesavena alumotechem v'tishtachavena le'lomati v'yomeru lo echav Hamaloch timloch alenu imashol timshol banu vayosifu od sinoto achemetal v'devarav vayachalom od chalom acher vayasaper oto lechav vayomer hinei chalam tichalom od vehinei Hashemesh v'chareya ve'echad arsar kochavim mishtachavim lihi v'esaper el aviv ve'el echav v'garbo aviv v'yomer lo ma hachalom hazeh asher chalamta havon avoho ani v'imecha v'hecha Lehishtachavot lecha artza, Vaikan uvaho echav, ve'avihiv shamar et hadavar.
Good job. Close the Torah, please. Where's it? Hadavar. Got it right at the very bottom, right there. Blessing after the reading of the Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Stay up here if you would. Ta'amod likrat haTorah. Close the Torah. Ta'amod likrat haTorah Malka bat Binyamin uMiriam. We call for the third aliyah, page Edison. Wait till she does the blessing.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Yeshua. Kate, why don't you get on that side? Hold up. There. V'yelchu echav.
Vayachu echav liro Edson avihem bishem. Vayomer Yisrael el Yosef. Halo achacha ro'im bishem lecha v'hashlachecha alehem vayomer lo hineni vayomer lo lech na re'ei ואת שלום אחיך, ואת שלום הצאן, והשיבני דבר, וישלהו מעמק חברון, ויבוא שכמה. וימצאהו איש, והנה טועה בשדה, וישאלהו האיש, לאמור מה תבקש. ויאמר האיש, נשאו מזה, כי שמעתי אומרים, נלכה דותנה, וילך יוסף אחר אחיו, וימצאים בדותן.
Okay, Bedotan, right? Okay, let's close the door. Well, from okay. Do you need that? No.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Hey, stay up here if you would, please. יעמדו לקראת התורה מרים בת אברהם ושרה ובנימין ben אברהם וחנה. We call for the fourth aliyah, Joanne and Barry Edison, the parents of the bar mitzvah boy.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai
Noten haTorah. Amen. Barrett, Joanne, do you want to come on this side?
Vayru oto merahok, uvterem yigrav ihem, vaynachalu oto lahamitoho, vayomru ish elachiv hinei, ba hachaloma halazeh baha, ve'ata lechu vinim karehu, v'nashichechu be'echad haboro, ve'amarnu haya ra'a achalatu, v'nireh mahiyu chalamotav, vayishma reuven vayati lechu miadam, vayomer lo nakenu nafesh, vayomer ayhem reuven, al tishphu dam hashlichu oto, el habor hazeh asher bamibar, v'yad al shuvo lemahan, hatzil oto miadam, l'hashivo el aviv. Vayehi ke'asher ba Yosef el echav, vayavshitu et Yosef et kutoto, et kutana habasim asher alav. Vayikachuchu, vayachlito oto habar, vehaborek ein bo mayim.
Blessing after the reading of the Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu
melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Stay up here. Don't go anywhere. יעמוד לקראת התורה לבר מצווה מלך בן בנימין ומרים. We call for the fifth aliyah on this, the occasion of his bar mitzvah, Todd Edison.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Joanne, do you want to come on this side again, please? Hold that open there.
Vayeshavu le'echol lechem vayis'u einechem vayiru v'hinei orcha yishmaelim ve'ezmi migilad ugmayhem nosehim nachol utri v'lo holchim lehori mitzrayma vayomer Yehuda elechav ma ve'etzak Ki nacharok et achinu v'kisinu et amaho lechu v'nim karenu la'yishmaelim v'yadenu al tehivaho ki achinu v'sarehu hu v'yishmu echav v'ya'avru anashim midyanim socharim v'yamshechu v'ya'alu et Yosef min habor v'yimkaru et Yosef la'yishmaelihim be'esrihim kasef v'yaviu et Yosef mitzrayma v'yashov Reuven el hinei v'hinei en Yosef babor v'ykra et begadav v'yashov elechav v'yomar hayeled einenu ve'ani ana aniva.
Close the blessing after the reading of the Torah, please.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'haye olam nata pitochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten HaTorah.
Amen. Mishaberach avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yevarech Miriam bat Avraham v'Sarah uVinyamin ben Avraham v'Chana uMelech ben Binyamin uMiriam she'alu hayom lichvot hamakom v'lichvot hakahal v'lichvot ben shelahem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yevarech otam v'yishlach baracha v'hatzlacha b'chol ma'aseh yadehem im kol Yisrael v'nomar amen. May the one who, may he who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless Joanne and Barry and Todd, who have come here on the occasion of Todd's bar mitzvah, in honor of the Torah, in honor of their family, in honor of all of their friends, and in honor of the synagogue, and of course in honor of this incredible day. May the Holy One, blessed be He, continue to bless them, and may the joy they feel at this moment follow them for many, many years to come. And we say, Amen. Yeshakah. Thank you. Let's go back into our Siddur, if we would, as we do Hagbah. Please rise. Ready? Where's our Torah dresser?
Zot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Israel.
Swing You may be seated. The Haftarah which is the prophetic part of the reading. If you have a burgundy Torah, it's on page 352. If you have a blue Torah, it's on page 263. Todd is going to be doing it all in Hebrew, so you can follow the Hebrew, or if your Hebrew's a little rusty, you can do it in the English. You can follow in the English. Blessing before the reading.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza v'divreichem hana'emarim be'emet Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah u'Moshe avdaho u'Yisrael amaho u'v'nvi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. Ko amar Adonai al shalosha pish'ei Yisrael ve'al arba'a lo ashivenu al mikram ba'ketzef sadik ve'evyon bavur na'alayim hasho afim al afar eretz berosh dalim v'derech anvim yatu v'ish ve'aviv yelchu el hana'ara lema'an halel et shem kodshi ve'al begadim havulim yatu etzel kol mizbeach vayen anushim yishtu be eloheichem ve'anochi hishmadti et het ha'emorim mipneichem asher kegova arzim govho v'chazon hu ka'alanom va'ashmid pirom mima'al v'rashav mitachat ve'anechi ha'eleti echem me'eretz Mizraim ve'olech echem bamibar arba'im shana lereshet et eretz ha'emorim va'akim mibneichem linziim u'mibacharechem linzirim ha'af in zot b'nei Yisrael num Adonai v'tashku et hanzirim yayin ve'al hanviim tivitem le'mor lo tinavu hinei anochi me'ik tachtechem ka'asher ta'ik ha'agala hamle'a la amir ve'achvad manos mikol v'chazok lo yamnefs kocho v'gibor lo yamlet nafsho v'tofes hakeshet lo ya'amod v'kol beragalav lo yamlet v'rechei hasus lo yamlet nafsho ve'amis livo bagiborim arom yanus bayom chachu num Adonai shimu et hadavar hazeh asher diber Adonai alachem b'nei Yisrael al kol hashmadcha asher ha'eleti me'eretz Mizraim lemor rak etchem yadti mikol mishpachot ha'adama al kain efkod alechem et kol hanovechem hayachu shanayim yachda bilti im sonadu hayishag aryeh bayar v'deref in lo chayaten kifor kolo mima anoto bilti im lachad hatipol tzipor al pa haaretz umoshke in lach haya'ale pach min hadama v'lachod lo yimchod im yitachat shofar bi'ir ve'am lo yechederu im tichem ra'am be'ir va'adonai lo asa ki lo ya'asho Adonai Elohim daber ki im gala sada el avadav hin vi'im aryeh sha'ag mi lo yara Adonai Elohim diber mi lo yinve. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol amim tzadik b'ho hadoro ha'eneman ha'omer ve'oseh hamdaber kayim shekol devarav Torah, Emet Vatzedek, Torah, Ve'Avodah, Ve'Ahavim, Ve'Oyah HaShabbat Hazeh, Shenatata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu, Likdusha v'mlacha, L'chol ultifaret, Al HaKol, Adonai Eloheinu, Anachnu modim lach, Umrechim otach, Yitbarach Shimcha beki kochai, Dami le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh
HaShabbat, Yashakoach, Mazal Tov. We continue on page 368 as we return the Torah to the Ark. Havu gadlu godel Eloheinu tenu chavod la Torah. Please rise.
Hallelujah, Shem Adonai, King is God Shemo Levado, Odo Leret Mishamayim, Vayarem Peresh Le'amo, Tehila L'chol Hasida,
Ki lekach tov natati lachem torati al ta'azovu. Behold, I have given you good instruction. Do not forsake it. Nice and slow. Step back. You may be seated.
My Torah portion has taught me not only about Judaism, but life in general. My Torah portion is about Joseph. Joseph realized at a young age that he was his father's favorite. He was always bringing this up to his brothers. It bothered them so much, they successfully plotted and threw Joseph into a pit, hoping he would never be found again. Fortunately, Joseph was found, but unfortunately, he was sold into Egyptian slavery. Joseph found himself in a very bad situation when his owner's wife falsely accused him of assault. Joseph was then thrown in prison. One day in prison, Joseph found himself able to interpret dreams. Word spread rapidly. Pharaoh tells Joseph about a dream he had, and Joseph interpreted it. After this experience, Pharaoh decides Joseph no longer belongs in jail and should actually become the prime minister of Egypt. Not long after Joseph became a prime minister, he was reunited with his brothers, and what his brothers did to him was forgiven. So how does this relate to my life? Well, I could tell you, I'm certainly not the prime minister of Egypt, but I have accomplished many things that took time and determination. I know that it is very important to keep on trying until you finally achieve your goal. As many as you know, I love to play tennis. Tennis is a sport that takes much time and effort. When I play, I sometimes find myself in a difficult situation, just like Joseph. Failing is a part of life, and it is very important to learn how to deal with it. When Joseph was thrown in a well by his brothers, he found himself in a bit of a hole, literally. Just when Joseph thinks things can't get any worse, they do, and he is sold into slavery and then into jail. Joseph did not give up. He kept fighting. If Joseph was never thrown in the well, he most likely would have never had the 1 in a million opportunity to become the prime minister of Egypt. This is a prime example, pun intended, of how bad situations can turn into good ones. Joseph came across countless problems throughout his lifetime, but he did not panic. He just moved on from the past and looked on to the future. While I may have had some amazing things happen to me, like winning a tennis tournament, I've also had to lose some matches I should have won. Like Joseph, I did not let this bother me. In conclusion, Joseph went through so many ups and downs, but kept on working hard, which led to success. I hope everybody could learn something from Joseph. Thank you.
Did I ever tell you about the first time I ever played tennis?
No.
Okay. This is a true story, I swear to God. I don't know from tennis, okay? Badminton I know, but tennis I don't know. So I got this tennis racket. The guy served. I hit the ball, and the ball went right through the racket. And that was the universe telling me never to pick up a tennis racket ever again. I gave up, not like you, not like Joseph. Yeshikoach. I'd like to invite Sharon Silverman, your teacher, to make a presentation for the on this bar mitzvah occasion.
Okay, Todd. On the first day of Hebrew class in 3rd grade, as an icebreaker, I asked the class about their passion. Do you remember your reply? Tennis. But do you remember what else you said? No. You answered tennis because I can't blame anyone else if I don't do well. I knew then how mature and grown up you already were at such a young age. That is just one example of how you have impressed me over the years with your willingness to volunteer when no other hand was raised, your impeccable manners, and your intelligence with humility. You also have shown much determination to do well with preparing for today. You learned extra Torah and Haftarah verses each week, no matter how crazy your schedule was. You led the service last night and today with confidence and a strong voice. As a new son of the commandments, we are all proud of how well you did, but most of all, I hope you were equally proud of yourself. In addition to being your Hebrew teacher and bar mitzvah tutor, I am on the temple board, and we have gifts for you. I am happy to present you with your bar mitzvah certificate, which is this one, which you richly deserve. And there is a voucher from the National Federation of Temple Youth worth $250 for travel to Israel, and I hope you will be able to get there someday. Now, this book is something that the Rabbi discovered recently, which helps to explain every Torah portion in a way that is relatable to teenagers, which you officially became 2 days ago. The board wishes you all the best and hopes you will continue your Jewish journey throughout high school, college, and beyond. Todd, you did a remarkable job today and only have yourself to credit. Mazel tov. You won your match.
Thank you.
Barry and Joanne.
Todd, an amazing job tonight. Daddy and I, you worked so hard, and Daddy and I couldn't be prouder of you. Working hard and giving your best is a big part of who you are. Studying to get good grades, practicing tennis to compete in tournaments, even being a good friend and son, you give it your best. You are very responsible, kind, thoughtful, and generous. You understand how fortunate you are, and you want to give to others in need. Your enthusiasm for social justice, combined with your love of sports, led to your project to collect sports equipment to give to underprivileged kids. This was something you talked about way before it became your project. You are a gifted athlete, and your love of sport, combined with your generosity, led you to this. Even at an early age, you showed empathy and compassion for others. When you get off the school bus, you often beat me to, "How was your day, Mom? What did you do today?" Engaging in conversation has been part of you since you were very young. One day after camp, you asked me, "Mom, how do I start a conversation with someone?" You told me that you would ask kids a question and they would give a one-word answer and run off to the activity of the hour. You were only 4 years old at the time, but you wanted more talk time. You would talk about sports, politics, and art. Miss Beverly, your art teacher, would call me after class to tell me how you described your drawings. You described to her that the house you drew had a vintage feel. I'm sure this came from watching Joanna and Chip's Fixer Upper. When it came time to go to religious school, you were on board. Your sister was going every Wednesday and Sunday, so you wanted to be there too. Miss Stella offered second graders to come on Wednesday for some extra learning. You happily attended all of her optional classes and talked about them on the ride home. Your teachers have referred to you as a mensch, a leader, the first one to jump in and help their peers, and a standout. It's your nature to display warmth, love, and affection. You're such a happy child, always singing in the shower, and your love of family is deep. We're so happy your friends and family could celebrate this milestone in your life. Mazel tov, we love you. So good.
I'll take my time. I'm going to say a few words to Todd in front of the open ark. It is not necessary to stand, but I do ask that you remain silent. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha, Ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha, v'yasem lecha shalom. Let's go back into our Siddur, if we are prayer book, page 586 for the Aleinu, please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'ateit gedula l'yotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aretz.
משפחות האדמה.
שלום חכנו כהן, וגורלנו כהמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים מודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והאדוני למלך הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please remain standing if you would. Todd, come on over here. We are all celebrating with Todd and his family. It's a joyous day, and I know that you worked really hard for today, and your attitude was just fabulous. But I know that even in the midst of joy, there's some sadness, because there are people who you love who are not here today, and I want you to share with the congregation the people you're especially remembering and who your family is especially remembering.
Colleen Mullaney, Rose Agnello, Sally Strauss, Julius Strauss, Bernard Edison, and Eva Edison.
Is anybody else observing a yahrzeit that would like a name mentioned? Good. Please join with me and Todd on page 598 with the Kaddish.
V'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, B'alma divrach hiratei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chai echon, u'v'yom echon, u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'gala u'v'zman kariv v'yimeru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam l'almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yirmam v'yitnaseh, V'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal shemei kudusha le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran b'alama v'imeru. Amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Oseh shalom romav. Say shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen.
May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, and we say, Amen. You may be seated. Go to the Shabbat table.
Oseh shalom b'romav, uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen.
So the service is almost complete. Well, technically the service is completed, but we still have to say goodbye to the Shabbat. We started the Shabbat last night. Erev Shabbat was a beautiful, beautiful service, and of course today is a beautiful service. And we say goodbye to Shabbat with a service called Havdallah, which means separation. Jews were the first people to invent separation anxiety. I just thought of that, by the way. But, because, we want to hang on to Shabbat. So how do we hang on to Shabbat? Well, we need to use our senses. So one of the senses we use is a sense of taste. And the last thing we taste on Shabbat is the sweetness of the wine. And it creates what we call an inclusio. We have wine at the beginning of Shabbat, we have a little wine at the end, and it brackets the Shabbat with sweetness. We have a candle that reminds us of the Shabbat bride with the braid in the candle, reminds us of the Shabbat bride's hair, and the spices. The last thing that we smell on Shabbat is a beautiful scent of spices that we take with us into the next week. The song is really easy. Most of it is la la la, and you'll be able to follow with the Cantor. And let's.
Ya la ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri agafen Borei peri agafen Ya la ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei minei v'samim Borei minei v'samim Ya la ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei me'orei ha'ish Borei me'orei ha'ish Ya la ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamavdil ben kodesh l'chol ben or l'choshech ben Yisrael amim ben yom hashvi l'sheishat yimei hamaseh Baruch atah Adonai hamavdil ben kodesh l'chol
Praised are you, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Praised are you, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, the creator of the different kinds of spices. Praised are you, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, the creator of the many kinds of flame. Praised are you, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who separates between holy and the regular, between light and darkness, between Israel and the nations of the world. Praised are you, O God, who separates between the holy and the regular.
Amavdu ben kodesh l'chol, chatoteinu hu yimchol, zareinu v'chaspenu yarbech hachol, v'chachol chavim balayla. Shavua tov, 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 Shavua tov. A good week, a week of peace, may gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace, may gladness reign and joy increase. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimhera B'Yaminu, Yavo Eleinu, Imashiach ben David, Imashiach ben David.
So our closing song is going to be Romamu, and I wanted to make sure that Barry could keep a beat. So now we're really going to see. But because it's such a musical family, of course, I'm going to also invite Andy and Annette to come on up to help us lead the closing song, and Dennis also, if you would like to join us. Come on up, because I think Andy can also keep a beat. You need it. You've got an egg. That's the most important.
Okay.
Ready? God's face shine over all of us and be gracious to us. May God's face shine over all of us, over all of you, over this family, and over Todd, and give us all the blessings of peace. Shavua Tov, have a great week. Thank you.